Okay. Um, Wall cabinets. All right. This is a taller than normal kitchen. It's a 9 foot ceiling. Um, as it is now, the top of my cabinets are at 8 feet, and we use 42-inch tall cabinets, and that leaves a 1 foot space above, which makes it kind of hard to fill in. We could have stacked two cabinets on top of each other, maybe used not a 42 but a shorter cabinet, and then actually put another cabinet on top and went up to the ceiling. But you'd have to have a step ladder to get up there to get to anything. Okay. Um, so I kind of want to let you. I'd like for you to stick to the basic design of these wall cabinets, and then if I put these little shelf units in here. Um, I don't know that I would use them in reality or not. The issue is it's going to make it really difficult to use any kind of trim because of the way that these things are made. I mean, trim, like a light rail across the top or across the bottom of the cabinet. If you would like to not use the shelves on either side of the window, you can adjust the size of the wall cabinets if you would like. Okay, I'm okay with that. Really, I am okay. But we are going to go with the top of the wall cabinets need to be aligned to the top of the oven cabinet, which is a 96-inch tall one. Okay, so let me look here for filler strips. And with this one, I'm pretty sure I started in the corner with the angle cabinet. Okay, and then just started working both ways from there. All right, and I get to this wall cabinet is all good. This is just a front. When you open the family up, you'll be able to see it's just the front of a range. There's an actual metal vent hood that goes inside of the thing. So it's just a decorative wood cover. Okay, but it goes in, it's 30 inches. You'll have to adjust with the default distance out from the wall that it goes. Okay, so you have to, the rear frame of it gets lined up with the face of the cabinets, as you can see there. Okay, I put I guess it's a 12-inch tall. Yeah, a 12-inch tall, 30-inch cabinet there above it. Okay, wall cabinet there, and then that ties into my oven cabinet. So we're pretty good across this wall with no fillers. Coming down this way, got that one. I put the little angle shelf in. I put this shelf in, and then what I wanted to do was get the same, as close to possible, the same distance from edge of this shelf to edge of window trim to here. It's not exact, but it's really, really close. Okay. Um, I mean, like a fraction of an inch. And then I used a filler strip here. It's not clicking on it in here. Anyway, there we go. I got a filler, and I may have, fillers come in stock sizes, and then you cut them to size whatever you need in the field. So I may have had to adjust create some new ones and adjust the size of them. Okay, I know I did that, but I don't remember when and where. Then I've got this wall cabinet going up against my refrigerator panel, and then a refrigerator cabinet above that. And this one is a wall 3624 by 24. Okay. And then there's a filler strip against the wall here. And this is the one I had to duplicate to make it a 24-inch off of the wall filler strip, because most of them are a 12-inch off the wall. So that one I had to duplicate and then edit the size of it. Okay, and so that kind of gets and the basics of the wall cabinets. After you get your wall cabinets in, then you can come in and put the garage accessory tambour door in. It goes in and it aligns with this wall angle cabinet. Okay, and then that gives us a wee bit of space above the actual countertop, because the issue is the cabinets will be installed before the countertops are installed, and then they have to be able to slide the granite under the appliance garage. So there's always going to be a little bit of a space, quarter of an inch to a half inch of space between those two. And so that can get put in. And that pretty much covers the wall cabinets themselves. I want to talk about trim when we get around there and what some of the options are on doing trim. Okay, my backsplash. Now we've done tile one side walls before, and so that's what this is. It's a basic wall, interior tile, half-inch thick. Okay, and I'll show you what I did with my material library to make this look a little better. I tried looking for ways to do subway tile, and I couldn't find a good JPEG image or anything like that to help me out with that. You could certainly use a brick imaging if you wanted to, but after a while it just got to where I didn't feel like messing with it anymore. So if you want to, if you don't want to use gray, you can choose another tile color if you would like. And what I did here is I actually duplicated. I took this image and duplicated it and made a new name for it, because I'm not sure how, and you may have to, physically duplicate the thing by finding it in the program tree here, and then open it with a photo editor and then do a save as. Okay, and I just renamed it gray large because I'm not sure how, if I double click on the actual image, what I wanted to do is come over here and change the scale of it. And careful with scrolling your mouse wheel in this thing or you'll change offsets and things. But I changed the sample size scale to 4 feet instead of the default 11 inches that it was. And that got my pattern up to kind of close to a 2-inch square. Okay, so it got me kind of up to a 2-inch square, which they do make some 2-inch square tiles that you can use. You can do something, all right, I'm cool with it, whichever way you want to go, creating that. And so basically I put them in, used a section view to get them aligned up to the top of the backsplash and the bottom of the cabinet. Once you get one, you can set the height, and then did an edit profile around the window casing and trim. And then the same thing over here over the stove, did an edit profile so that it goes up into the range hood area. Okay. However, once you put that in, now your receptacles all disappear. Okay. And so you can come into an elevation view And if you go to wireframe mode, you'll be able to see them behind the wall tile, and then just pick a new host. Actually, you may have to go to wireframe to be able to see them in there. And you pick it, go pick new host, and then immediately just come right back and click back on the tile wall that you just installed. Okay. All right. There's that. Okay, my sink faucet here, and I'll give you this one if you want to use it. If you want to go to the Kohler website and find you another one to download, that's fine. But with this one of the options was the size of the distance of the sprayer out, and the sink has holes. Okay, so you can see where it is. This one, the side spray distance is 8 inches, because that's based on the holes in the sink. And so it was 8 inches from the center here over to there. Anyway, when I installed it, I just had to align it with the holes in the sink. Okay, and then get it aligned and locked and pinned in place. Just make sure it's sitting on top of your countertop and that your sink is underneath the countertop. And let's look at a section through there. Where's my... I'm going to go right through the middle of that. Okay. Okay, so this particular sink cuts a bit of a notch, cuts a hole in the countertop for you. Can I adjust the height of that? Default elevation range. I see no way to adjust it. It's based on a 1-inch thick countertop. So I'm going to go with it because I'm going to go with it. But anyway, here you can see it's lined up with the holes that are in the actual sink, that's under the counter. Okay. So now let's talk about trim, because cabinets get a toe kick cover, and in the package that you'll be getting, there is a toe kick cover. So we're going to put those in, and you'll put one in and then drag it and stretch the ends of it out. You get the same thing going down, both sides. And this is just only in the toe kick itself area. The problem with the toe kicks is they don't show up in the elevation views. Okay, so there's the toe kick cover piece of trim. And these would come from, the cabinet manufacturer in an 8-foot long piece to be installed after the cabinets are installed. And there's the cabinet. The actual toe kick of the cabinet part is a different material color. So it looks like this gray, because in elevation view, the toe kick cover trim doesn't show up. Something about the family. I could not find out where to edit it and make it show up. So it just didn't. It was weird. But those will be put in, and you kind of have to play back and forth between a section view and the elevation view and then a 3D view. Because once you select it in a 3D or a section, you can go back to the elevation view And you'll see the handles right here that you could grab and drag to get the size of it correct, to get the length of it correct. And that's basically how I got them put in. And then used a 3D view to check them to make sure that they're looking right. And so those will go around. Oh, all right. There are, okay, to get the rest of the molding in, you're going to want to put base molding in the regular walls of your house. And you remember how to do that. This is just a wall sweep. You'll have to load, excuse me, you have to load the base profile into your project first, then create your wall sweep. And I use the base one, and I use a 5.5 inch tall one. Went ahead and assigned it the wood Anderson painted white color because all the trim in this house was white, and put it on these two walls here and in this wall over here, and just adjust your lengths of it around the doors and things like that. This is a piece of Marilat molding that comes from the cabinet manufacturer, and it's the same color and wood type as the cabinet. And so I put it in on this outside edge. And this particular, their trims, you can associate outside corner, inside corners, and it will put a miter return on it for you. And this one I did an outside corner on the right end. So we kind of get a return back. And then I just played with the actual length of it to get the edge of it pretty close to the toe kick cover. Okay. This one is a piece of a wall scribe, and it covers up the joint between the gypboard and the wall cabinet. Okay, and so when you go to put these things in, you pick a vertical face. You may have to hit the space bar to change the angle of it, the orientation of it, and then play with some alignments and stuff to get it back against the gypboard and the cabinet. And these are rounded on one end, on one side, and so the rounded edge points out towards the cabinet there. Let's see, is it showing the floor plan? Yeah. So here's how it would go with this being the cabinet here. This is the wall, and so that's how that goes. Okay. So I did base there. I've got base around the island, furniture base. I did a wall scribe at that corner. I think that's the only wall scribe that we need in this project. Yeah, because everything in here, we've got tile against it. You typically don't put any scribe behind the refrigerators. And normally the filler strip would be sufficient here to cover that. Okay, and so that kind of covers a lot of those things. So let me pause and see in a little bit.